Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a new week of ELA. And not only do I have to practice wearing masks, but I also have to practice talking in masks so people can understand me. And I think this is a good time to practice while I'm reading the ELA story. Are you ready? Well, the name of our ELA story is Pedal Power. And riding a bicycle is a lot of fun. Now, before I learned how to ride a bicycle, I put on training wheels, and I used training wheels. And those kept me from tipping over. But I also liked other things with wheels, like scooters and skateboards and roller skates. But this story talks a little bit about science when it talks about energy and how things work. And we're talking about the wheel and axle in science, which I'm not going to talk about today. But we're going to talk about how do we use energy. How do people make and use energy? Well, they are using exercise to make those bicycles go, and they're using their exercise to use the bicycle. They're pedaling. And pedaling takes energy. It takes force. I first want to begin with discussing what is energy. Energy, and I'll show you the story, is the ability to do work. Solar energy comes from the sun. Oh, just like Debbie Tiva. Debbie Tiva got the solar panels and used the energy from the sun to make electricity in the homes. Solar energy is a silent, quiet source of energy. Solar energy makes no sound. Energy comes from wind and water too. Sometimes there's windmills that collect the wind and it creates energy. Okay? That's a wonderful thing. Okay, so I read paragraph 1. Now I'm going to read paragraph 2. And you can tell it's paragraph 2 because this is moved over a little bit. That means it's the next start of a new idea. It's an idea that's about the story, but it might talk about different types of things about the idea. Let's see. The first paragraph talked about what is energy. The second paragraph says energy also comes from people. People make energy by pedaling a bike. People use their legs to push the pedals. Energy moves through the bike. This shift of power or energy makes the bike move. Imagine trying to ride your bike to create enough power to run a computer. That might be too hard. Students at one school did that? Wow! Students got on bikes connected to generators. A generator is a machine that gives your home electricity. It runs on gasoline rather than electricity, and it powers things like a refrigerator and things that need electricity, so nothing will melt and things like that, especially if the lights go out. They're really helpful generators, but this is a smaller one. Students get on bikes connected to generators. Then the students pedaled in place. Soon they were making force, energy, and eventually electricity. That's pretty cool stuff. Now, I want to do one of these with you. Today's comprehension author's purpose, and we're talking about author's purpose this week, says, reread the second paragraph. How am I going to find the second paragraph? Oh, yeah. Mr. Earl just said that this is the first paragraph because the words are moved in. And these are all lined up. Oh, here's the second one right here. So they want me to read this paragraph. Okay, I can do that. Reread the second paragraph and draw a box around the sentence that tells where energy can come from. Well, I'm going to read, and then I'm going to stop when it tells me where the energy comes from. And that'll be the end of the video. Are you ready? And that's what you're finding in the Nearpod. Here we go. Draw a box on the sentence that tells where energy can come from. energy also comes from people. Well, I imagine that second paragraph is going to talk all about that topic of how people make electricity and how people create energy. I just wanted to say one more thing about our author's purpose. In an author's purpose, we learn that an author writes a story for a reason. They either write to give you information and you learn something. They write to persuade you, talk you into something. Don't kill bees. Don't eat honey. Then author might want you to know that. He doesn't want you to do that. And then the third reason an author would write a story would be to entertain. To entertain means to make someone smile. And there you have it. I'm going to wrap that up for today. There's 3 reasons why an author writes a story. It's called the author's purpose. They write to inform, entertain, or to persuade. Why do you think the author's writing this story? I'd love to see your comments. See you next time.